Oh, Nins, my WhatsApp is not even sending through to you. I'm gonna try and invite you, but it keeps pop. Oh shit! It would help if I had my headphones in. Okay, let me just get rid of that. Oh, where is my phone? Oh, where's my phone? Bring someone on camera. There we go. For some reason, it's not. Never picks you up when I try. Like I'm trying with just your surname. Nope. Oh, there we go. Add. Add. Yeah, I added you now. So you should be coming up. Away.
Away.
Yo, my video, I had to rush now from the shops. Like, yo, I'm, I'm in my
Yeah,
lawn.
nee.
Look how comfortable you sitting. What you chowing on?
Wait, you must see before the viewers join, okay?
I hate you. I do not like you. I am not talking to you anymore. Just go away from me, please. Go away from me. Go away from me. You have just
His
ruined my
name is
evening.
name is Phoenix.
Oh, Phoenix. Well, I will have a better name for my one. And I'm gonna make my own one. Yo,
Lekker Joy.
yo, but sorry, today was a day of note.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm telling you, the struggle is real. And I just got a message earlier on from a buddy of mine, a friend of mine. His cousin actually sent me a text to ask me when last I spoke to him because no one can get hold of him. He hasn't been at work,
Oh
and
fuck.
everybody's worried about him.
That's
Yeah.
and nobody knows where he is.
Nope.
Oh Lord have mercy. That's yeah. I'm busy. I have an order, so I'm busy with my rocks here. My
Lekker
first,
Joy.
yeah,
Hi,
it's my.
Letitia.
Hi Letitia. Oh, I see there she's in. Hi Letitia. Yes, I'm busy with my first order now, and I was off today, man. So I chilled a bitchy and tried not to do a lot of work. So I was binge watching on my horrors. My horrors is my relaxation go-to. So I was not gonna not let this live happen tonight because why does it look like I have another one that want to enjoy? No, it's just yours. Yeah, I didn't wanna not do this live as you know the details behind that. So we definitely gonna continue this because it brought up quite a lot of questions also, I think. And we did break down behind what the behind the curtains actually stand for. So
Yeah.
last week Monday, can you bring me cigarettes, please? Last week Monday, Nins and I spoke about sex work, and we were debunking myths and all of that. Now, what I always do is I always try to get facts so that we nothing can get thrown back at us. But this part of it, Nins, I thought, there actually isn't a fact there because everyone has their own reasons. And
True.
and what we're going to branch out today is reasons why. We shouldn't even be asking the reasons why, but for the sake of being pro sex work, we are trying to get people to no longer bash the industry and bash the women that are in the industry because you can so quickly want to go to Amsterdam and brag about the live naked
Being
models.
in the red light district,
Yeah,
yes.
but if it's somebody you know and then it's gou 'n slut and it's gou mossag.
Yes.
She's gou mossag and she's gou
Hello,
DNI.
even if you don't get paid for it, You still branded a slut if you're sexually liberated. Let
Listen,
us just put that out there.
I was branded a slut in my 20s. Nah? I was called a chili boss slut. I was
I was
branded.
called the freedom of the city when I was 15 and I was still a virgin. So, hello.
What? Yeah, I'm like, what? Where? Only because, but you know, no, I always went clubbing mostly on my own. Like, and if I do, I always get my brasa there, and it's always guys. Like,
Yes.
I was one, I never trusted females, so I had like very few female friends, but a lot of guy friends, and you know how overprotective. I don't want to see your coochie.
No, I just want to. Yeah, I'm listening.
Like I didn't and you know how guy friends get when the single female friend is at the club alone and whatever, they get unprotective. Like if you don't have a guy friend that freaking try to be super overprotective, then you don't have guy friends in your life. Then you have cuck friends. Like
Exactly.
flower it to us. Yeah, let's be I'm not gonna lie. That label stuck with me for such a long time. I didn't know until the person that said it got engaged to a guy that I had dated just after I got divorced. Yeah. Lord have mercy.
Yeah, no.
That is life, young. That is
I'm telling you.
simple
With a
and
capital
exquisite
L.
with a capital L. Like you just get this now bring me cigarettes now, but you don't bring me a lighter. Baby, can I have a lighter, please? Nah, you lighting your cigarettes. Well, now bring me matches. You're not stealing my burner, no? Thank you, baby. Are you gonna go now? Okay.
Check what John says, man.
Yeah. Wait. I must buy Sunny this. Tell Sunny, yes. Tell Sunny. Tell him. Just can I finish this? Actually, this is gonna be an hour. You, I would have gone for you. So, yeah,
Okay.
tell Sunny because I was, and you know, I was like, I think this was before I got married, actually. This was way before I got married. Yes, I do. I know it's gonna be a lot of editing. Oh my God, I still need to edit the first one. So don't judge, don't judge. So as John is saying, this is gonna go on to a podcast that is on Mixcloud, MST Community Radio Station. It will be shared on there once we are done doing our real talk. So this week, don't mind my brows. I am broke. We're talking about the establishment and the reasons why people do it, or why people, because male and female are in the industry. So, and I always used to wonder, why is it okay for men to be strippers, but it's not okay for, but there's like that, that stigma when a woman's a stripper, but it's totally fine if a man's a stripper because, lovely stuff. It's a man that's a stripper. Like,
Societal double standards, miss.
Yeah, that's what we're living in completely, totally double standards. And the
but
whole
it's a gender bias, man. That has been around for I don't know how long. And that is a narrative I, in my own personal capacity, one individual at a time, am trying to change, or at least open a dialogue about, because that's twat, man.
The mentality that comes with it. Just hold on. You're looking for gel. Yeah. Just very little of it, not too much. No, I didn't yet because you're not supposed to be using that gel. He's using my products here. This one is most now lekker. He's got a hairstylist now, so he doesn't need to the benefits of having a hairstylist as a wife. So the thing, so what I also want to say is that when we touch on the topics as to why, because there's quite a lot of reasons why women do, why men and women are in the industry, right? I came across an interview once, a couple of years ago, about a guy that was interviewed on Heart Radio, and he openly discussed the fact that he's a male gigolo
Yeah.
and he sells himself for sex. And
Mm.
everybody was like, "Whoo, now they want his number." Had a female had gone on that same platform, said the same thing,
Yes.
what would the response have
Yes.
then been? Totally different.
Very different. Very, very different. And that is the narrative that we need to change. That societal, that gender bias needs to go.
And
Because
that
why can it be good for one and not for the other?
and then it's justified that he started it out because he needed to pay his studies and whatever. I don't know. I'm just I'm
Okay,
I'm
so females do it for the same reason.
exactly. If not for studying or or slay queens. Slay queens is basically
Slay
selling.
queens do it for nothing.
Exactly. All they get is a nice car and pretty things and their
A
hair and
nice
makeup get
house.
done and a nice house. I for
Yes.
me, ek wil die geld hê. I want the
Thank you very
money.
much. So I can buy my own stuff.
Yes, so it can go on my name and you didn't pay for it. I paid for it and I still got liquor also. Because you know what? It can be liquor.
Exactly.
It's all about how you make it.
Exactly. Now let's just talk about the reasons, one of the reasons why people do it. Like we said, some people do it to pay for their studies.
Mm.
Now, maybe they come from families where, the families are not wealthy. They want to study. They've tried the bursary avenue, they've tried the scholarship avenue, they've tried every possible avenue, legal avenue,
They could
let's just
think
say
of.
that,
And you know what?
that they can possibly think of that is available to them,
And to add
and
on to
nothing
that,
pans out.
Nins, I think that as especially in the colored community, these
Yes,
things are not given the resources to be able to get to that are not widely spread enough because people don't have money to get data. People don't have money to see the stuff online. People don't even have money
yes,
to buy a phone that can go online.
yes,
So yes, they go through avenues such as sex work that helps them to get the money to help them to get to that point.
yes,
And
yes.
sorry, so you can go on.
Yeah, so that's what I was saying. They exhausted every possible legal angle that they have exposure to. I mean, they've gone to the libraries, they've exhausted every option available.
And that's all.
Now they want to better their life. They want to get out of the ghetto. They want to become a doctor, or they want to become a lawyer, or they want to become just a qualified professional in some way, shape, or form.
Something.
Something.
And most of
So
it is night
they
work,
first
so
decide,
hey, go work
yes,
at night.
so first they decide, okay, maybe I'll be an escort first. Then it's very lucrative as an escort. And
Yeah.
they say, okay, maybe I can give
And very fancy.
very, very fancy, yes, because you kind of have the girlfriend experience
Yeah.
without the girlfriend part.
And you get
So,
booked via websites and things like that. So the
yes,
discrepancy
yes,
is there and the safety factor is there
yes,
as well.
exactly, exactly. Then they decide, or maybe they decide, nah, that escort thing is not for me. I'm going to be a stripper rather. Okay, then they be a stripper. Then they decide, but okay, wait a minute. It's actually going to be more lucrative for me to be on my back. Let me be on my back rather.
Look here, strippers make more money, firstly. But
No, that's
going
for sure.
if you strip and you lay on your back, that's even double. That's even a super bonus
There we go.
doing both.
So what is the shame in that? Because also you need to consider these are people that have got no work experience. Hello, Ripa.
Hi, Rifa.
These are people that don't have any work experience for the most part.
Sorry,
And
just
we
hold on for
all
me.
know,
I did put petrol in the corner. And we
and
all,
we all know how difficult it is to get gainful employment with no experience and no tertiary qualification.
yeah.
Even something even something as simple as going to the fucking, excuse my language, to the bloody Pick n Pay down the road from your house is
There's
a
never.
problem.
Listen, and on that day, you mentioned you were saying that what was your last comment that you just mentioned? I'm sorry that this dumbass distracted me now. He's gone, so there'll be no distractions. Your loss was for pay. Your last comment that you said was to pay.
To pay for studies, so they want to make something of themselves.
Yeah,
They
then they go
can't find
stripping
even
and
casual work
oh,
because even the casual work, you need to fill in 20 million forms and they want to know how much work experience you've had.
and you
So,
can't
I mean,
you can't
how?
get work if you don't have work experience, but you're too young. And how are you going to get the work experience if nobody's willing to give it to you?
Exactly.
And the other
Exactly.
thing is also that, and I'm speaking on for myself, for somebody that's on the disability spectrum of um, in our country because of my mental health, that is even more difficult to get a job. So we
Yep.
don't know what like any governmental thing that's under your name, it makes it harder for you to get a job. It makes it way,
Yep.
way harder. And on top of it,
Yep.
I don't just want to know how the industry has suffered in the 2 years of COVID. It must have really gone way down because I drove down a road in town that I know a couple of places are and they all closed. They all had to
Sure.
close, shut down doors and things like that. I do know some private places still remained, but these are like well-known places that I'm mentioning, that I'm
Mm.
talking about. And the thing is that yes, some are in it for their drug habits, their alcohol habits, whatever other
Yes.
habits that they have. We get that.
Hi, Ricardo.
Yeah, we get that. You can say over eyes.
Yeah.
And I don't have my look, put my glasses on so I can't see. we um we get we get all of that, and we still in the same breath we still can't bash them because you know what, they're still making money. They're not stealing from their mother's house or their father's, or they're not stealing a pack of pads that's meant to go for donations. They're not doing anything like that. They are actually, yes, they're putting themselves in a, as society will say, a
A high
degrading,
risk situation.
yes, a degrading position, but they are supporting themselves. Whether they're supporting their habit, they're still supporting themselves.
Yep.
And a lot of girls that
Yeah.
I know of in the industry that had habits, not only did they support their habits, they actually also did it to support their family. Yes, they have a habit.
Now, that was the other reason that I wanted to talk about, was the reason for women in the industry, not necessarily men that are in the industry, but women in the industry who are doing it purely because there is a there is a driving need to provide for their families, especially children.
Yes. And
So they might be in a situation where they are a baby mama, the man abandoned them, they've got no extended family that will be able to help them.
and
They don't have a friend circle, they don't have cousins, that
nothing.
type of scenario. They're living in a Wendy house in someone's property
And
and they've got mouths to feed and they have
bills to
no
pay.
alternative. Yes.
Bills to pay.
Let me tell you truthfully from my own experience, okay? I was married. Okay, now the whole point of being married is so that you don't need to be in financial cuck.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh God, I went through the
I
same
was
thing.
literally I was literally married. Okay. And I considered prostitution because I had to sell my wedding rings to feed my children.
Now you see, now this is what we have to go through, and people, and I know you had a little video setup that you did where you spoke about debt review and financial difficulties and things like that, and
Yes.
how people are saying, yes, you must do this to get out of it, you must do that to get out of it. What people are forgetting is that every time the government can throw at us, things are increasing. Things keep
Yes.
price. The
And
cost
our
of living,
salaries do not increase at the same rate
never,
as everything else.
never.
So
Electricity is going
even
up,
now,
petrol's going up.
exactly, and the thing is, even now, as a single person, well, okay, I'm no longer single, I'm in a relationship now. But
But as a single
even now,
parent, technically still.
as a single parent, technically still, yes, I have the thought of prostitution has not been far from my mind.
Girl,
It has not been that far from my mind because
I'm
I understand as a single parent, and I'm not the only one, and I won't be the last.
yeah, that
I
hadn't had that
understand
on their mind.
the challenges that you face. I mean, I'm sitting in a predicament where I'm paying for a financed vehicle. I can't afford that installment. I can't sell that car because
It's the only thing that gets you
nobody is
from A
able
to
to
B.
buy. Yeah, but the thing is, nobody is able to purchase the car at a cash price for what I need
Yeah.
in order to settle the balance with the bank
And
and
buy
buy something cheaper
and more
for cash that's
economical.
reliable, right? So that already is an option I've exhausted. I cannot trade the vehicle because the resale value on that vehicle is too little.
And if
I'm not
it's
even going to be able to get the settlement balance with enough to be able to put a deposit towards something new.
and
Well,
that,
when I say new, I mean
yeah,
another
another
car.
vehicle. And
I can't
that's only
finance
one of the few
because,
reasons,
and I can't finance because
because you're
the debt
blacklisted.
review process that I went through was an abortion. So I'm
Yeah.
stuck in this financial limbo. Now, me, in my situation, prostitution is sitting there in the back of my mind all the time.
But
And I'm not shy to say it.
you need to now understand, that now prostitution has been broadened. You are,
Yes,
or sexual work is broadened now to the point where you take a nude and you sell it. There isn't a single person that can tell me they didn't sell one of their nudes before because
okay,
they
I
needed the
haven't.
money. Well, I did.
I haven't.
I'm not ashamed to say I did it in my past, and I wasn't working. I needed the money, and klaar wat so is. And I got paid. I got paid to take a freaking stupid picture with my head cut off. And I cleared everything that was on my body that was noticeable. So there's your picture. Klaar. And Moitzi
Mm,
is 500
mm.
Rand in my account for one picture. So, like, if you can do that to other guys that is potentially going to probably shame that picture and expose that picture, why not then just use it to your advantage and sell it? But no, you're thinking at the back
Exactly.
of your mind, this is going to make you a slut, this is going to make you a sex worker, and it's wrong because society says it's wrong. It's not wrong. You are
But now, how is that scenario any different to a woman that is working in a job where she's having an affair with the big
the
boss
boss, so
and
that you
she's
can.
getting all the perks? She's getting all the perks in the company, but she's as thick as two bricks and she's earning one of the fattest salaries in the company, all
Because,
because she's sucking the boss's dick.
yeah, we forget about
How
that
is that
because we
scenario any different?
because we don't know how many women around here would actually ever admit to the fact that they've done that before because they're so ashamed of it. Now, if you are so
Why would you
ashamed,
be ashamed if you're willing to do it?
exactly my thing, why would you be ashamed? Okay, I need to put my glasses on because my eyes are going funny. If you're going to be
If you
ashamed,
are willing to do it, then why must you be ashamed? That is my whole thing. It
because
doesn't matter whether
society
the
because
industry
society
is,
tells you you need to be ashamed of it.
but that's bullshit.
Like
That's
I
bullshit.
I
Whether the industry is legalized or not is irrelevant.
and
The fact that
decriminalizing it
you,
is not going to make it any different. It's not going to make it
no,
go
it's not.
away.
Because whether it's decriminalized or not, it's not going to change the fact that if that is a choice, I always say life is about choices, whether you make them consciously or subconsciously, life is always about choices. And if you, there we go. You see, John B says, if you do the crime, be prepared to do the time, in air quotes. So that's exactly what I'm saying. Speaks exactly to the statement I'm going to make now about choices. Life is about choices. And you, if you make a choice, whether it's a conscious one or a subconscious one, you must be prepared to stand for the consequences of your choice, whatever they may be.
But
So, in a case of a mom that is doing the
looking,
sex work to provide
yeah,
for her children, she must be able to deal with whatever the consequences are if her children find out that that is what she was doing to provide for them.
do you know, I actually read a book and it's a true story. So this mom got recently divorced and
Mm-hmm.
so she stays in England. Um, she stays in England and she decided to join a agency because she couldn't obviously the rent was everything financially just in a dead. And then she did the website thing and she did the whole girlfriend experience and the whole sex thing and the whole this and that. And then it came to a point where she had met somebody and
Okay.
the question was, does she continue or does she not? And in that book, she told the partner that she had met that this is what she's doing, this is the work that she's doing. And I think that they are so mindfully advanced that he had no issue because he knew it was just work. If you get pleasure out of it, that's, it's our bodies react. There's nothing we can do to stimulate the way that our bodies react. If somebody pinches us, we
Yeah.
react. If somebody tickles us, we react. So the same with having sex is you react in some way. Some you can just lay on your back and do nothing and just let them do the work, or otherwise you have to do the
Same
work
like
and have to
porn
pretend.
stars.
And yeah,
It's the
it's
same
being
as
in a
porn stars. It's
movie.
work.
And dude, you earn
Yeah.
thousands. Yo, I want to do one for Pornhub. I'm not even joking. I need to try and get
Now,
Marcel
Rifa
to.
says here, unfortunately, consequences include possible assault even from authorities. And that
That's
is
true.
the other thing.
And remember
The
last week?
physical violence that they are subjected to because of their choice.
Yes, remember last week I made a comment about that, and I said in Special Victims Unit, the detective specifically said because the girl
Mm,
that got assaulted, she said yes, but I'm a sex worker because she was afraid they wouldn't take a case, and he told her
mm,
that it doesn't matter what you do. If you said no, it is assault. So, and
absolutely.
we pose the question with our partners, if I were to say no while we're busy having sex, are you going to continue? And the question would be no, you're not going to continue. So it's the same. You have,
Same.
and I know the industry quite well, and you have every right to decline a client. You have every right to say no. But
Yes.
what happens in the bedroom, we don't know. So if you do get assaulted, and they are so afraid of reporting it because then it comes, oh, but you asked for it. How did you ask for it? You didn't
That's
ask
the
for
other
it.
thing. And
You you
that's the
didn't
other
ask
thing.
for
And
it.
that's not even sex work. That is not even sex work. That is just women in general. Being a
Exactly.
woman in general, you get subjected to that bullshit of, oh yeah, she wore short skirts, so she was asking for it.
Yeah.
Actually, you know what? Fuck you. No.
But the 8-month-old baby had a diaper on, and somehow that baby was asking for it too. So
Yeah, that
you
you
see
annihilated the poor child's insides for life.
exactly. So now they'll always find an
What?
excuse. There's always
No man.
going to what's happening.
No, I'm just saying, like, no man.
Yeah, there's always going to be an excuse. There's always going to be a reason for people to try and justify what is being done or what they deem is incorrect and not godly. And but they don't ask
Exactly
if
what
they
Rifa
can
says.
rape you. No, they don't. But the thing is, when you go to the room and you get and the payment is done for sex, not for anything else.
Yes.
And the
Yes.
discussion needs to be made between yourself and the client as to what the do's and don'ts are, which happens prior to the payment plan already. Because the
Yes.
client needs to know what he wants. Being a woman in this world is scary. Yeah. Yeah, it is. It is because we're all seen as if we have sex. We, like you said, we're sexually liberated, and then you're a slut. You have too much sex with someone, then you have
Yes,
a slut. You sleep with a gazillion people in 1 year, then you was everything about a woman is a slut. But nobody slut shames men.
yes.
Nobody put down men that's in the stripping industry because
Yep.
they got the body for it. They can do it. That so okay. I don't
Wait,
have the
but then
body for
even
it
in the
anymore.
BDSM, but then even in the BDSM and in the kink community, you have men that are called, referred to as what is, uh, bulls.
Is that the one that you had
Have you
for
ever
my
heard of that?
bachelorette?
No, 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 no. A bull is something completely different. So a bull is a man that is paid by
Mm.
a married couple. The husband
Oh,
cannot get an erection for
oh,
whatever reason.
oh, love.
And the husband gets sexually stimulated by watching his wife have sex with another man.
A lot, but that's normal. There, a lot of people.
No, but they hire these bulls. So now when a man does that, that's okay.
But if a
But if
woman
a woman
does
were
it,
to be in the same situation, a woman that goes into a married couple environment. Hi, Dion. Thank you for tuning in. So, a woman that goes into a married situation or a married
and want
dynamic
to explore,
where no, where the couple have brought the female in.
yeah.
The couple have now established their rules and they have brought the female in for their own gratification. So the female that then goes into that arrangement is then classed a certain way.
But
But the man in the reverse, he's the bull, and it's okay. It's like
so it's
a
actually a
status thing.
label. It's actually labeled bull.
Yeah, that's what they call the bull.
Damn, I've definitely been long out of the business now, young. No, because a lot of the people that I know that was in the business are no longer in the business. So I've got no like current references. All the people that I knew that was in
No,
the industry are completely
that's
out.
what they call. They are referred to as a bull, and they are for hire. I mean, this guy that I used to talk to was in his 20s, and he had a rod and a half, and he used to charge 2.5 grand.
Yeah. Me and my
Yeah.
husband's for
So now
sale
that's
now.
loaded. That is loaded, but when it's reverse for female,
Then it gets
then
bad.
the female, when the female is a third party, then she's shamed
But
for
you
exactly that same thing.
but you notice who shames the female the most.
The females.
Exactly. Exactly. That's where the problem lies.
No.
There's so many females that are out here saying, yes, I'm about empowering the other, but you're very, very quick to bash another one because of their choices that they made and their work choices that they made, how they did
But
to
you
provide
see
their
that
family and whether they and also let me also sorry for cutting you off. I just want to add one more thing.
mm, yeah,
Those that happen to have a habit like alcohol or drug use, most of them use that as an escape to actually deal with what the work can do to you. Because the work itself
yes.
can be,
Especially if you're on the street.
it's even worse. It's even worse.
Yeah.
It mentally messes with you, and the longer you stay in it, the worse it becomes. And that's why you'll see
Another
on the
reason.
streets that
Uh, uh,
they tend to look a bit crazy because they're past that
yes.
point already. They're past the point of going back. There's no going back for them.
Okay, now I'm gonna give it to you from a different angle because I think there are viewers that might agree with this standpoint.
Mm.
Okay. If you think about it, if you look at it now purely from I'm not religious any longer, okay, but I do believe that there's a creator and there's heaven and hell and all that thing,
Mm.
right? I'm not deeply spiritual, but I can tell you from what I have learned about the Bible and stuff, okay, when you have sex with someone, okay, it's a spiritual connection.
Mhm.
So just think about that.
That's why we
It's a
do.
spiritual connection. That
That's
is
why we break
why there's
soul
a
ties
scripture
when you
that
get
says,
married.
And that's why there's also a scripture that says, and they use it at weddings a lot,
Yeah.
where they say, and the two shall become one.
Yeah, I used
What
that
that
one on
means
mine.
is your spirit, your two
Becomes
spirits
one.
are now joining to become a single spirit,
Yeah.
right? Now just think about it in this context. Let's just say me and you, for example, okay? You married your husband.
Mm.
I'm with someone currently. Okay, so we 4 people.
Yeah.
Okay,
And we decide we want to switch.
each one of the 4 of us has, let's say, hypothetically slept with 2 people.
Okay.
Right? That's now 8 people.
Yeah.
Right? Each of those 2 people has slept with 2
more.
people of
Yes.
their own.
Yes. The
Now,
sexual
by the
ties
time you get
continue.
to
That person.
yes. So now think about it. All that spirits
Is attached
is
to you.
sitting, is attached to you.
It's actually not
Now you
something to think
of
about.
how,
It actually is true.
yes,
It's actually
that's
true.
why they look
That-
like they're crazy.
Yeah, that attachments stay with you. So you need to either try and break the soul ties yourself, or you need to get somebody to break. It doesn't have to be a pastor or anybody. I mean,
No,
sage yourself.
it
Sage
just
yourself.
needs to be somebody that has exposure to that kind of thing
Yes, to be able to break the
and knows what they need
Yes.
to do to break it.
And
Yeah.
it's because the sexual ties are so literally that person's demons will go with your demons as well. It becomes
Yes.
interlinked as one. And when you settle
True.
down, which is why I said to my husband, it's very important for us to break our sexual ties. So everything that we currently have, we would be replacing. What did he say? Shit, so now I know
now I know why I'm so haunted.
Ach nee man, shame. Now you know, no? You must get rid of them ties. Look here, I'm going to send you a TikTok that my friend sent me to get rid of the negative energy. Get rid of the ties, John. All of them. Baby mama too. Oh, I'll edit that one out, don't worry. I'll edit that part out. But yeah, like, the thing is, the sexual ties is quite a serious thing. It's quite, and a lot of people may not see it as that. Like, for me, it's very important that
why
I
it's
detach myself from my
it's
sexual
very
ties.
triggering for a lot of, and it's very triggering for some people because it steps into a realm that a lot of people don't necessarily agree with.
Yeah. And not just that,
a lot of people,
it also includes the abuse that you endured, the rape that you may have endured. It includes
that's another reason why people do sex work. They
yes.
run away from home to escape trauma or abuse of any kind.
Actually, let me from a psychologist mentioned this to me once. The thing is, they're not escaping, right? So when you get molested at a young age, your body, your innocence was taken away from you as a man, from a man, right? By a man. And as you evolve and these things continuously happen, it's constantly men that's taking things from you. So by doing the sex work, you are in control. So you taking back the control that men took away from you. Psychologically, you are thinking that this is how it's going to help you heal. And it doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way. Because a psychologist once told me she's worked with a lot of, I've done, back in the day, I did a couple of, because I did not an article, but I did a writing about it. And the psychologist told me that she's had most of her clients were sex workers. And a lot of them, she said, it wasn't about the money or anything like it. Was merely for the fact that
control.
They needed to gain that control back that was taken away from them.
Yep.
Because now they are in charge. Because remember, when a man come and pay you, he's your puppy.
Yes.
He's your bloody puppy. He's gonna want his family.
Yeah, whether
done out now, so you can.
Yeah. Yeah. So whether you are a dominatrix, whether you are a street worker, whether you are an escort, whether you are a stripper, whether you are a woman that works in an establishment, it doesn't matter. We love you too.
Love you too, John.
It doesn't actually matter. You hold all the cards in that arrangement.
You need to remove
You
the
hold
sex
all the
ties.
cards.
You need to
Yeah.
remove whatever
You do.
sexual ties you have from everybody. And I mean even kissing. Ne? Because
Oh,
kissing is
yes.
an intimate thing. Kissing is an
Very,
intimate thing. And I think
very.
our bodies connect more when we kiss than when we have sexual relations with somebody.
Oh, no. 100%.
Because
100%.
with kid, like I wrote oh actually I'm busy writing a book about my sexual experiences with men in my life.
Mm-hmm.
And I keep forgetting to send you the draft. But anyway, so in one point I said, if your kissing game is not on, I'm not going to kiss you. I'm sorry, because I need to feel some type of way when I kiss you. And if I don't feel that way,
Yes.
I'm never kissing you again.
Yes, and it's the same as when certain sex workers, part of their arrangements with
Is
their
no
clients
kissing.
is that no kissing.
Yeah. A lot of
No
them
kissing,
actually.
especially not on the mouth.
Yeah. You can go anywhere
Because
from
kissing
here
is
down.
considered intimate. So think of porn actors. No, not porn actors.
No, they
Think
kiss.
of
They kiss.
yeah, they do kiss. That's
But
why I
that's
said no.
but that's acting. So yeah, we
That's
take
acting.
that out. Think of strippers, for example.
Yes.
Strippers is a good
Yes.
thing because remember strippers are in their discretion they can take it further with the client and whatever. So
Yeah.
yeah.
But say for example the stripper is married.
Mm.
Right? Because you do get strippers that are married. Let's just be honest, okay? And the husbands have no issue with it. So a stripper who is married, she decides, okay, she's going to do a special private lap dance, and that's her extra income. She doesn't
Yeah.
do anything other than private lap dances, right? As part of the private lap dance, the client wants to kiss her. No kissing.
She'll charge extra for
That
that.
is reserved. No, that's reserved strictly for her husband. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yes, but also sometimes they actually do charge extra for it. They do charge if you want
Yeah.
kissing, then they do charge extra. But I also know that they are picky about who they will say yes and no to. You know, so
Obviously, they have every right to be picky because they are charging
yes. And they're
for the
allowed to
privilege.
increase the price as much as they want to. I do think
Yeah.
establishments are a much safer place to be, because not only will they be guarding, if I think correctly, I've been to Mavericks, but Mavericks is a strip club. But there's guards like literally by every pole.
Now, I know somebody that met, I know of somebody that met their wife through an establishment.
What is this?
I know of somebody that met their wife through an establishment.
And there's nothing wrong
Okay.
with that.
No, there's nothing wrong with it at all. They had a beautiful life together. But what they said to me was that how it works is the lady, the madam, sits,
In
for all
front.
intents and purposes, it's a massage parlor.
Yeah.
Okay. She's the legitimate front, but she also does private work as well. Then she hires masseuses, and she has rooms.
Oh.
Right? Then she hires the masseuses, almost like that Jennifer Love Hewitt series that came on the client list. Identical to that. Then they have private security. They have private security and stuff like that. And then the ladies travel also.
Yes, they
So
do,
they
and
have the ladies that
the
travel
bodyguard
as well.
will travel with him.
That's correct. They have the mobile service as well. And those are the ones that actually earn the most money
Yeah,
because they are going exclusively for the sex part.
yeah. And not just that,
It's
you.
just under the guise of a massage.
Yes.
And what you do in the client's home, nobody
Say anything about
can
it.
say anything about
There's
that
no cops
because
that can
you're
come.
going
I
there
mean,
to
Philip, like, I know, like, your JP Smith is like one hell of a evil dude when it comes to, like, he literally wanted to close every establishment that there is. And the thing is you,
can I tell you something? He probably frequents them.
no, he did. He did. He did.
Yeah, you see
I
them.
think so. I don't
Hi,
know. Let me
Warren.
not say yes. Let me not say yes. And let me not say no. I wouldn't know.
You see who's watching?
Hi, Warren. So, but on that also is that it's safer than the streets, firstly.
Yes.
It's safer than I mean, why not even go on OnlyFans, man? Ain't nobody bashing a woman on OnlyFans. But the moment you see somebody on the street you wanna bash, what difference is she doing? She's just making her work more noticeable. The other one is
Yep.
hiding behind
And
the
the thing is,
screen.
what you don't understand, what people don't understand. Hi, Ian. Thank you so much for tuning in. What people don't understand is the girls that stand on the street, they leave the street, nobody knows who they are.
Exactly, because they don't really come
OnlyFans,
from that area.
OnlyFans, that shit is forever. The internet is forever, people.
Listen, no lies. I tried to sell my toe pictures on OnlyFans and it didn't work because I didn't know
You
what to do. I tried to sell pictures of my toes, but I didn't know how
You
to
know what?
work the thing.
No, but you're onto something there because a lot of people have fetishes. I interacted with somebody once that had a fetish for latex. Okay, so you put a latex like a
Glove.
latex glove that you get
Yeah,
those disposable gloves, right?
yeah.
You put it on and you just touch yourself with the latex glove, and the brother is like all hot and bothered.
Girl, I had somebody that had a boot fetish. Like literally.
Yeah,
Boot must stay on, licking the damn boot. And I was like, just like, what the, excuse me, what the,
I know people who've got foot fetishes. I think we must do that on OnlyFans, like for your feet and your
yeah,
hands
yo,
and
I can give money, can't
like the.
I? I think I have pretty enough toes. I think I'm gonna post a picture of my toes and see if it's pretty enough to go on OnlyFans. But honestly, OnlyFans
I
is
think
not
I'm
just
gonna do
about
that
that,
too.
though. OnlyFans, let's just put it out there that OnlyFans you can make money from anything, whatever it is you do,
Yes,
whatever influencer work it
yes.
is that you do, whatever freaking exercising, anything. OnlyFans is that.
Mm.
It started, I think, because it's called OnlyFans, people bashed it and look at Warren. People bashed it and check here, dude. This is 1 week's growth.
Yo, like weeds. Hello, look
Can't
here.
anymore
You saw I shaved my head with the
on
razor on
on
Thursday.
Thursday.
Kijk hoe
Yeah.
lijkt mijn haren al.
I
It's
can't
Monday.
with mine.
But look here, man.
No, you're not putting the oil on, are you? I'm not gonna
I
give you
keep
anything
forgetting.
anymore. I'm not gonna give you anything
Now
anymore.
Bethany's using it. My
You're
daughter's
supposed to be using it for that gap because you must take a before and after, and then you must tag Nero to say that her product is making my hair grow. My bald spot.
Okay, but we're sidetracking now. We're talking about the establishment still.
So, but we were on the reasons why. So we covered the reasons financially, supporting your family, going to studies,
Mhm.
and majority. I think when we were online last week, I may have checked Sweet's website out to see the latest stats, but I think the majority of females in age group is from 16 to 25 because there's also a peak. There's also a peak in age where you get to a certain age and you unless you like us, and we maintain our age so well.
Yeah, we still look
So
fabulous, yes.
even though my brows isn't done and whatever, we still look fabulous for our
I'm
ages.
doing mine tomorrow.
I'm hoping I can get mine done tomorrow or so. I must prepare for date night. Anyways, I'm busy trying to go on to sweets. Dinges, it is sweet. It's supposed to be sweet. Uh, it's a South African organization. 20-year history in organizing sex workers, advocating, and things like that. I just wanted to see if they updated about. Okay, here's recent posts. Let's walk. No. Last update is 2021. So there's no. My husband is forcing me to finish the Coke. I don't know why. He probably poured some cuck in here.
Does your husband know that you are actually working right now?
He knows that I'm working. He's still getting used to the fact that my work involves this little space. So he doesn't like being alone. I must be everywhere. You then
Really,
saw
husband?
him and right? They got the whole house to themselves, but they come sit here by me while I'm working. I'm still on Sweets. I'm still on their website, but they're not. I'll finish it. There's not picking up statistics on age, but from what I do know is that the age group is about between 16 and 25.
Okay, now the question I then ask is, are those statistics related specifically to street work or the industry as a whole?
Industry as a whole.
Okay, then those statistics are very skewed then, because
It
I
is
know personally,
of older women.
that dominatrix, for example, in the BDSM part of the industry, right? Dominatrixes can dominate as old as 60 in their 60s.
Oh yes. No, I know somebody that was
met-
well in her 40s that was still in the industry. So it's
And I'll tell you something right now for nothing. If I were able to get the capital together, I would put up an establishment of my own.
dude, that's been my dream, bro. Like literally to be a madam. But I would go like totally bougie and legit do only girlfriend experience. What the girls do after that is their thing. But we're offering girlfriend experience. Like
and the agreements between you and your girls need to be ironclad.
Yeah. That's
so
be.
that if anybody came to raid you or you got audited, or you need to have an ironclad operation. So you need to be registered for UIF. You need
and
to all the legitimate stuff.
Yeah, when they try to arrest you, they arrest you as a masseuse.
Yes.
When they arrest you, they try and arrest you as a masseuse, which I couldn't understand why. I actually never asked why that was on, because I know somebody that was not arrested but got given a fine, and it said masseuse, and I'm like, but now why would you get a fine for being a masseuse? En toe vind ek mos uit nou is.
No, there was a loophole that they forgot to close.
Yes. So that, but it was like, but they didn't pay the fine at the end of the day because you were masseuse. There was no evidence found of anything else. So
exactly.
So that's the thing. You need to play it like really, really well, and you need to make it look.
And you need capital.
You do. You need a lot because you're gonna need a hell of a fancy place, like a hell of a. How long ago is Teasers gone now? Like more than 10 years now.
I think so, yes.
Yeah, because I know my ex-husband still had his bachelor party at Teasers. And Teasers looked Smith. No?
I know a lawyer who used to represent the guy that owned Teasers. I don't know.
Savile.
Huh?
Savile.
Savile, who's that? The owner?
Savile, I think, yeah, Savile.
Oh, Savile.
I think so.
Yeah, well.
But if you look at Mavericks, Mavericks is nice. But
Yeah,
Mavericks is
I just want to
small.
go to a strip club and watch those girls just once in my life.
You
Like,
don't want
please,
to
can
go
someone
to,
take
you
me?
know what, don't even go to Mavericks because it's only international. It's only foreign. There's no
I
South
don't care.
African.
I want to go to a place because the closest I came was a
Lisa's Lounge.
burlesque show. No, a burlesque show.
Oh,
Now,
that's nice. Now, all of these
a
things
burlesque.
are so mainstream.
Mm,
But now you see, now all of these things are so mainstream. Pole dancing has become a thing as a fitness thing. So now
mm,
I'm now doing pole dancing now because I want to now, put my body in shape now because I'm picking up too much weight and whatever. But now I'm smart to go do
mhm.
a private pole dancing. I was not going naked. I'm just doing pole dancing. That's it. There's no naked. There's just dancing around a damn pole. And that's it. So all of these things
Hey.
are so mainstream, but
Mm-hmm.
it's still continued to be bashed upon by the very people that are claiming that they are in support of whatever. They
But
pro.
here's the thing. But the thing that freaks me out about that statement is that the lines are very blurred in this industry.
Indeed.
Okay. Like you just said now about pole dancing, for example. Okay. The line is very blurred there. But just let me go and say, I am a pole dancer for money in Mavericks.
Oh
Oh,
no.
Lord. Then
Girlfriend,
I'm automatically branded something else.
dan gaat hulle will say you need Jesus in your life. I'm going to pray for you. Then that's the
Look
first thing
here.
people will
I'm
say.
closer to Jesus than you are. Take your black heart and put sack.
That's what people are going to say. You need Jesus in your life. Because,
No, I'm closer to Jesus than you are. Take your black heart and put sack. Ain't nobody got time.
so we are, we got about 10 minutes left. So,
Yeah.
I don't. The reason also why we chose to talk about this topic is to lead up into what our next topic is going to be, and I
Mm-hmm.
think we living it. Is it or is it not? We're going to
Mm-hmm.
do some teasers in the week. We'll do some teasers,
Mm-hmm.
but it's also in line of sex work in some
Mm-hmm.
sort of way, and it's a lot to do with a couple of shows that's out at the moment.
Mm.
Remember the new show I told you I was watching, Shining Girls? You should watch that. It's actually good. It's mine missing, but it's quite good as well.
Yeah, but
But
I got a lot of stuff to watch. You do know that my calendar is very full when I get home in the evening, right? I have a day job.
listen, dude. So do I. Okay. Maybe mine is just at home in the comfort of my own house, but
No, your day job involves your own time. You plan your own time.
I
I have
do.
a boss that I must give my time to for 8 hours a day.
Oh
Very
God.
different.
I honestly do not think I will go back to it. When I was told that I cannot do something, when I was told I'm not capable of being taught, so I went to go and teach myself. I actually shared the video on my business page where I taught myself how to do what I was told I couldn't do. And
You go, girl.
and but back onto the sex work topic. So
Mm.
this integrates a lot with what our next topics or what our next discussions are going to be for the next 2 months.
Series.
No series. We're doing a June series.
Yeah, we can.
We do,
Yeah, our
yeah,
June series is it or is it not?
yeah. Is it or is it
And the
not?
viewers just have to tune in every Monday to find out what that is all about.
Yes. And if
We're
not,
not giving anything away.
you can also go on to either of our pages, our public pages, which mine is Ronald Prince, Nins is just NINZ. The
Mm-hmm.
video will be shared on either of those pages and it will go onto the YouTube channel as well. And the podcast will
Mm-hmm.
go onto MST Community Radio. We will edit out all the swearing and things to
Yep.
make it child friendly, but it will be out today. And yeah,
I
y'all.
don't think this conversation is child friendly. It
It's
cannot be listened
it's
to by.
actually not. I think our series more will be able to to be child friendly. Not child friendly, but educational.
Yeah, I think we need to have an auditory warning that children under the age of 16 need to listen to the or watch the live with the parent present. Not
Present, yeah.
because we are trying to, how can I say, censor anybody. You know,
We just
anybody
say
can
they need
watch
to be
online,
there.
but they,
They need to listen
yeah, there's
and
certain, yeah,
yeah,
there's certain content that children should not be exposed to without a parent
adult
present.
present. But also, in the same breath, in this day and age, it would be good for a parent to have their child to watch the next series so that they are aware of what is happening out there and in our daily life. I mean, um what happened, and I think maybe because I had this whole the girl that went missing in my mind, and I drive every day and I drive alone. So I had an experience. I was on my way to pick up my son, and I this car was literally driving behind me the entire time. And I'm driving
I
six.
like how you said that though.
What?
I went to go pick up my son. I love
Oh.
it.
So now I'm on my way to him, and I'm driving 60 because my car's like, so
Yeah,
I'm
yeah, yeah.
driving 60 and I'm driving slow and I'm, going to the side for everybody to pass and whatever. This dude legit pulls up right next to me, opens up the windows. Now my window's like halfway because I already saw that something is happening. And they started wolf whistling at me, and I'm thinking to myself, I do not feel safe. In that moment, I did not feel. It was broad daylight. I mean, it was 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and I did not feel safe. And as a woman, that is what we experience all the fucking time. I'm busy freaking with a Mursalong taser that must be charged. I'm still looking for the charger. And I go die taser go onder my seat truck. Because, and I mean,
Hello, I got nightsticks in my car, one on either side.
look at my knife was got broken. It was broken on himself. Yeah. Don't know how
That's
that.
a Facebook Live conversation for another day.
Wait, I think I'm done with my lives for this week. Um, I know that, Nins, you want to say anything before you go?
No, I just want our listeners or our viewers that tuned in. First of all, I want to say thank you to them for tuning in. If they enjoyed this topic of conversation, they need to continue tuning in because we've got an amazing series coming up for the month of June. Is it or is it not? You'll have to just tune into our public pages. Nins for me, Ronel Prince for Ronel, and follow us on
Hi, and share our pages.
www.co.za as well. And share, like, follow, and share our pages also, please.
Um, is that your goodbye or your?
Yes, that is my goodbye.
But
Thank you to
okay,
the listeners again,
yeah,
or the
you don't have to
viewers.
go off yet. Also, I'd also like to say thank you. I know that I've advertised that I'll be back on radio as of Thursday, but due to certain circumstances, I will be off for a while. Probably about for the month of June. I'll probably come back in July again. Then I will be going online. So sorry for the it wasn't false advertising. Certain life just happened. Um, but please, in order for us to take this platform away from our personal page, we need you guys to help share our public pages because we
Yes,
cannot go
please.
live via our public pages until we reach a certain amount of following. So if you can please be so kind to share the crap out of our public pages, it would really be
Yes,
appreciative
please.
because we don't want to keep this on our personal profiles anymore. These topics are quite getting heavy, and we do prefer it going onto our public persona so that it can
Yeah,
remain our public
also our
persona.
public, yeah, also our private pages are specifically that, private.
Yeah, it's
They are
private.
meant for sharing with our friends and our families. And for things that we want our friends and families to know about and stuff like that, personal and private stuff. well, not that social media is personal or private, but you know what
Yeah,
I
but you
mean.
know, you eventually come to a point where you just want to close up your personal page. And like I for a couple of days I've just ran from my public page. The only reason why I've been on this page was to promote this coming up and my
Mm.
show that was meant to be aired on Thursday. But I will, as soon as my circumstances has been dealt with, then I will let everybody know when I go back online. Please tune in. It will be on Thursdays at 8 p.m. on MST Community Radio, which you can tune in via our website, www.mstcommunityradio.co.za. Did I say it right?
Yeah.
Damn, I'm
Yep.
getting good at it now. Fuck it. I must start getting myself back into that vibe, man. You know,
Yeah.
it's been a
Yeah.
minute or two. It's been a minute or two.
Mhm.
And a huge
Yeah.
thank you to everybody that tuned in. Yes, I did do
Yes,
a
thank
live
you.
today. And yes, I will do a radio. I do have a radio interview soon on Vescus Radio, and I'll be speaking about hypersexuality. For those that would like to tune in, I will send the details soon. We'll also cover hypersexuality as well. It's quite a huge topic that should be covered. So yeah, thanks guys for tuning in. This will be shared on our pages, so you can go back and it will be on the YouTube channel as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so we done. And also don't be judgerig, man. Yo, just don't be judgerig.
Yeah, like I said when I was on air last night, don't be lekker, man.
Yeah, don't because you don't know what the next person
Unless you
is going
lekker,
through.
then it's a different
Yeah, that's a
story.
that's a totally different story. And a woman, stop bashing other women.
Oh, Lord.
Stop misinterpreting
Yeah.
things that doesn't need to be misinterpreted just to I don't know what's going on with my tab here, but anyways, I need to get back to work, guys. I'm sorry, I do have a lot of work I need to do. So
Yeah, no worries.
yeah, so thanks for tuning in. Next week, Monday, 8 p.m., back live here. God willing, our pages will have increased in popularity by then so that we can go live on our pages. I will share it
Yes.
again and yeah, we'll share everything as the week goes by. So do follow us. Nins, you actually need to, I don't think your page is public, eh?
It is public.
You sure?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I'll double check it after we off.
Yeah, just double check public because it doesn't pop up on the search engine. And you've got enough
Okay.
followers for it to pop up on the search engine. And it doesn't.
Yeah, I've got over 40 at the moment.
So you can follow myself, Renal Prince, and Nins on Facebook. That's our public profiles. And hopefully for our June series, we can go live via our public pages and reach more people. Because let the
Mm-hmm.
voice be heard, you know, we are pro everything, pro choice, pro
Yep.
alles. So if you're gonna be pro, make sure that you really are pro. And don't look down on somebody on the street to say, oh, okay, cool, like say and whatever. Listen, you don't know what they're going through. You don't know what they had to go through to be put on there. Some of them are actually not even willingly doing it. Some of them are being pumped. It can actually lead into another topic where street workers, street sex workers are actually trafficked sex workers or forced to do it. That's a topic on its own. So yeah,
Yeah.
I'm saying my goodbyes. Thanks for tuning
Yep.
in. I'll be off and I will chat.
Cheers, everybody. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks, Renelle.
You're welcome. Thank you, love. I'll probably see you later in the week.
Yeah, you probably will.
Yeah, for my other trips and my time away. I'll see you. Thanks, guys, for tuning
Bye.
in. Bye.
Okay, bye.